Thanks for being here, guys. Liam King with Signal Dynasty. And if you do have questions throughout the session, just make sure to put them in the little join.me chat box. We'll be answering the questions throughout the session, and at the end of the session, we'll also have a little questions and answers. Yeah, we've pretty much brought everybody here, though. It's basically go over our Forex template. And so the Forex template we have, it's actually based off of the Heiken Ashi candlesticks, as well as some trend arrows that we've developed. I'm going to pull it up right now. This is the Euro US dollar on the M15 time frame. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back and just see a couple of potential setups that we could have placed using the template. And these are the signals for the yellow arrows. Comes up with a time frame and also the price to enter, and it's going to say sell or buy depending on the direction, and it also comes with a currency. But yeah, you can see a couple of the setups. We've actually now got the yellow arrows coded in with the Heiken Ashi candlesticks, so you're only going to receive the yellow arrows on the color change when it changes from positive to negative, pretty much, blue to red. And we also have these little red dots. The little red dots are recommended points to sell the trades, pretty much close out the position. For instance, if here's a pretty good example. If you were in this arrow right here for a put position, and you've seen the red dot appear, this would be a recommended area to close the trade out. Just one of the criteria you want to use while trading the system. And the recommended stop loss is going to be 20 to 30 pip stop loss, and take profit is going to be anywhere from 30 to 50 to 80, depending on I would say depending on volume being the main factor, and if you are trading with the news or against the news, with the trend against the trend. Majority of the arrows that appear, though, they are going to be with the trend. And yeah, like I was saying, the red dots, they're just recommended times to close the trades. It's just another criteria that's in there along with the stop loss. But yeah, you can see it does catch some pretty good moves. And also the red arrows, they're actually not on the template, but I've went ahead and added them on the template just as another I would say another criteria to closing the trades out. As you can see, the reds and the purple arrows, they actually do play off of reversals, as opposed to the yellow trend arrows. They pretty much go with the trend, more or less. Yeah, you do get faked out sometimes, so that's why you do want to have your exponential moving averages on, though. That's going to help with the overall direction. We also do have the, I'm not too sure if Josh coded this, but it's the percentage right here. It actually tells you overall, with a couple of other indicators, it tells you overall if it's going down or up, and it's got the percentage. It also does have max lot to trade, the market price, the spread that's currently on the currency, as well as the pips and profit. And it also has the micro pip count up here. If you can, it is recommended also to use price action, Fibonacci, just anything that's going to help you determine the stop loss and the take profit. Sometimes it's not always going to hit the take profit and the stop loss. Just something to keep in mind. And yeah, now we'll switch to the CAD-J. There's some really good trend arrow right here. I think the max out, oh, wrong candle. Yeah, the max you would have went out would have been about 7 pips. And this would have just been straight with the trend. Yeah, max pippage probably would have been about 44, 42, around that area, 40 pips. Or you could have even closed it out with the R2, which is the resistance level. I probably would have closed it out like right there or right there, since it is kind of like a doji formation. And that is how you want to catch them, though. And there are the reds and the purples on there as well. I've got them on my charts. It's just because the reds and the purples, they are playing off of reversals. So it's maybe a good indication on when to close out of that trade. Yeah, this one would have been a fake out though. Unless you did see that it was starting to uptrend, maybe with some trend line. But other than that, yeah, that one wouldn't have really got a lot of pips. Some trades you will have to, I would say you'd want to manually close out if they are going against the trend. Just what we've been noticing. Let's see if we can find one more example on the US dollar, or the CAD, sorry. Yeah, this example, this would be like more of a sketchy example. You do have a really big candle right here. Looks like the open was right there. It looks like about a 38 pip move within that 15-minute candle. If I seen that, I probably wouldn't have placed that trade. If anything, you could have maybe waited for pullback, but even then, I probably would have just avoided that trade altogether. Yeah, there's a very good example right there. It also looks like it did kind of like have a spinning top, which is a candle reversal pattern, as well as the color change and the yellow arrow. Let me zoom out a bit, see if I can see. And it looks like it overall on the AM15 wasn't a downtrend. This would have been a pretty good example. Yeah, if it is hitting off of a trend line or a previous resistance level or support level, that's also a good indication. Let me see right there though. You really wouldn't have had a max out of the money on this one. Yeah, I would have to see the highs, but even if you go like up there, max would only be about 4 or 5 pips out of the money. This pip, let me see. It would have sent out the price at the close. And sometimes it does get cluttered, and you gotta unclutter. You gotta see them candles. It really depends. So like the close of the candles, like 74 pips or 741 micro pips. Yeah, and even to it looks like the the R1. Even to the R1, that would have been, I think, close to 40 pips. Yeah, just right at 40 pips. I would have probably closed it around here, possibly even there for 22 pips. But yeah, I mean, you could have raked it, and you could have actually continued to ride it down. You wouldn't have been out of the money at any point, other than looks like right there, 2 or 3 pips out. Yeah, you're very max though. Very max. Yeah, mm, yeah, very max. Could have been close to, I would say close to about 190 pips, 188 pips. That's if you would have held it all the way out. And yeah, your longer time frame EMAs, they are going to be I would say the stronger signals, or the stronger indication of your trend. The 200, the 100, and the 50. Yeah, we've used those EMAs for quite some time now. Very good while trading. But yeah, like I was saying, I probably would have just scooped about 40 pips on that and closed it just to secure the profit. But yeah, some of the moves you do catch though are really, really big moves. Yeah, it really just depends though, because you've always got to account for your stop loss. Uh, and always your risk to reward ratio as well. Yeah, it's just something to always account for. Even when the EMAs are really bunched up together, sometimes I'd rather just watch the trade rather than place it. It really just depends. The EMAs do help big time though. I'm not sure. I think we did go through US dollar CHF. We can grab a new chart and just go through one. I do like the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. I do like trading it every now and then. Let me go ahead and close this. Sorry. Then we'll switch it to the M15 time frame. See if we can see some setups on it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it looks like it caught a pretty good one here. You also had, it looks like all three EMAs, the 50, the 13, and the 5. Looks like they all crossed upwards right here as well. Another good thing was, with this trade, you actually had the 50 start acting as support right here, right here. This would have been a very good trade. Even this, you'd have to see the max out of the money for this one. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like from that point, max out of the money would have been about 17 pips. So yeah, you could have actually rode both of those up, and it would have actually been kind of off of the 100 EMA, not so much on this one, but on this one it was pretty close to the 100 EMA. It was actually bouncing off the 50 EMA at the time. Yeah, move-wise though, off of the first position to the first like resistance level, could have caught about 50 pips on that one. To the next resistance level, yeah, around 72, 73, 71. Close of that candle would have been about 69 pips. Yeah, even this position, probably relatively the same amount. Yeah, to the close of this candle right here would have been about 63 pips. Yeah, the high would have been about 67. Yeah, just a couple examples. You can definitely see though the ones that are going with the trend are going to be the ideal ones. These are the trend arrows, unlike the reds and the purples, which play off of reversals. Yeah. Did anybody have any further questions? Anything at all? After I edit it all, so it really just depends on once I'm done editing and the editing time on YouTube. Sometimes it does take YouTube a little bit too long to edit it all. Yeah, review though, I mean, we pretty much just went through majority of the currencies on my chart and just found the best setups, which are going with the trend, pretty much right on the color change. And also the yellow arrows, they now have been coded to where they just place arrows on the Heiken Ashi color change, which is very useful. It filters out a lot of arrows. That way you're not getting any, I wouldn't say any, but that way you're not getting as many false signals. Like I was saying, the moving averages are very important while using the strategy. I would say the longer time frame. The two shorter time frames that I use are the 5 and the 13, and they come with a template, which just the crossovers, they also work very well. But yeah, just something you always want to trade with. EMAs, support and resistance, trend lines, Bollinger Bands if you're trading more like binary. Forex, you can usually tell when it's in a squeeze. But yeah, for binary, when it's on a time limit, yeah, I definitely use the Bollinger Bands. And that pretty much wraps up the session, though. I hope you guys kind of learned about the system. It is a pretty basic system. We do have quite a few extra perks and things on here and wingdings, but I mean overall you're pretty much just following the yellow arrow and following the trend. Most of the time you're going to be wanting to go with the trend or go with the direction it's already going, and the arrows are just going to be the reconfirmation. But yeah, you can see some of the moves though. Some of them are very, very nice moves. Even the purples and the reds, like I was saying, with membership you also get the purple and the red arrows, which for Forex wise, they can also benefit you position wise, going from purple to purple. That would have been a very good situation, or also just as a closeout spot. If we're in for example, if we're in right here and we get a purple arrow right there, we might want to close it out and just secure that 11 pips, 12 pips. We might just want to go ahead and secure it. Even though I think it might have tested a little bit of a higher level, you might have been able to take profit in this area. Really just depends though. The candle wicks, they do represent within that time, within that candle, that does represent where price once was, but then it pulled back. And the top body of the green candles is where they close. Bottom of the blue candle is where it closed at. Just some basic information. Yeah, you can see though, even if you did play purple to purple, it could be beneficial. It's just something that you would have to back test. Forex purposes, we have developed the yellow arrows. Yeah. Did anybody have any last minute questions before we wrap up the session? And yeah, the website for more information, we actually haven't updated it with the Forex software, but to join in other perks of membership, it's www.signaldynasty.com or just signaldynasty.com. It will pop up. Like I was saying, we haven't updated it with the Forex information just yet, but it does have all everything that's included in membership and whatnot. And the Forex would just now be an addition. And this also does come at a time. I know I mean, Boss Capital, majority of spot option brokers. I mean, a lot of them are no longer accepting US. Majority of things are going to be played off of Nadex and FX here shortly. There's only going to be a couple binary option brokers, so unless you're already in with Boss, then you're fine. Or you have like I think stock pair. I think they still allow you to trade even if you are in the US if you had an account prior. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the session though. If you guys do have any other questions, just make sure to post them in Signal Dynasty or just message an admin, Joshua Walker, or myself, Liam King. Alright guys, y'all take care and thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a great weekend now.